And the support folks a lot of times are dealing with those yellow and red customers. And for any CFO out there, you know that you don't want red customers, you don't want churn. So think of the support team as the ones who are protecting against those things from happening. Now, I wish we can hire as many support folks as we could, but again, with my CFO lens, support folks get allocated to COGS, right? So they reduce that gross margin. So you can't just linearly scale your customer base with support folks. So there has to be some trade-off where the support team is the set number of people for a long time. And the only way to do that is to make the operation more efficient, right? So when you're building your business case, and even if a CFO is being tough, and it's their job to be tough, it's their job to say no and ask too many questions until one side gives up, right? So when you're building the business case, there's things that you can ask, like, could you live with a bump in your margins if you don't make an investment like this? Like, sure, like going back to the cost of inaction, maybe it means you save 20,000 or 30,000 or 50,000 this year on burn, but your margins are going to take a dip, or you won't get that margin improvement. And, what is actually more important, right? Is it going to be that incremental 20, 30, 50K? Probably not. Like, that's probably not going to change, the trajectory of the business, but actually a 10% improvement in your margin will, right? So even when you get no, just be prepared to like ask the hard questions back. It's like, well, it's 20,000. Do you really want to save 20,000, or would you rather have your gross margins improve 5, 10%? Again, you have to have the proof in the pudding to actually do those things. And I think, looking at your website, 40% reduction in escalations, I know personally the cost of how expensive an escalation is, right? And you got to bring in your best support folks, your best engineers. And if they're focused on a specific customer issue, it means they're not focused on the roadmap, right?